What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and today we're taking a look, of course, at our boy DSP's daily rap video after the finale stream of Chro-No Tipper. That's right, folks. Our boy Phil got a bit emotional last night after only getting $10 in tips. That's right. Anyway, I just want to say on this holiest of days, the Lord's Day, I want to thank the Lord for finally ending the terror that is Chro-No No Tipper. Oh my Lord. Your boy Duty hated watching and clipping that stream. It was god awful. But thank God it's over, and thank God it ended the way it started, on a whimper with just $10 in support. That's right, folks. Our boy Phil didn't have enough money to, do some Hogan pulls, and the emotion just got to him and it made him very upset. Let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Saturday, the 16th of September, 2023. An interesting mix of a day, that's for sure. Let's talk. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast in the morning, talked about my initial thoughts about Mortal Kombat 1, had some updates on some interesting news stories going on, and the like. So a pretty good mix of a podcast this morning. Then we jumped back into Mortal Kombat 1 to finish up the story. It took about 2 hours to wrap it up, meaning that the story of Mortal Kombat 1 clocked in at just about 6 to 6.5 hours for me. Now, I'm not going to spoil the story. All I'm going to say is this. I do feel that sadly there is a story element that ruins the story. And I hate to say that because I actually enjoyed the story of Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11. 9 I liked the most. I thought 10 and 11 were decent. But this story starts off incredibly strong. And essentially by the time you get to the final third, they really screwed up, in my opinion. And if you want my full take on that and opinion on that, check it out. I give it in the final part of my playthrough, part 6. But I don't know what they're going to do moving forward, because it seems like all the work that they just did in the last 3 games, they decided to just discard and essentially ruin the plot. And I'm sorry, that's just my take. You could disagree. I know a lot of people might be like, whoa, I thought you were liking the plot. What's going on? You'll see if you watch the end of the story. I hope you will, because a lot of people in the chat were in agreement with me, like, what on earth were they thinking? It's almost like a completely different person wrote this part of the story and kind of screwed it up. I don't know. But, give it a look. But anyway, we finished that up, and we had over an extra hour left on stream. So we ended up trying out the Invasion mode, which is the single-player mode in the game that was added in. It's essentially, it's pretty interesting, and here's why. It's got challenge towers in it. It's got exploration in it. It's got a lot of optional fights that have gimmicks to them, like super armor, or a gimmick like, oh, things are coming in and attacking you from the sky during the fight, randomized things. Like, I remember in Mortal Kombat 9, this was a major part of it, was the challenge towers that had this randomized aspect to it. So that's what this is, only instead of really doing a challenge tower, you're going through these maps. It almost looks like you're playing a board game. And you can use any character you want, which is really cool. Because you can use a variety of characters and learn them. You can use any cameo you want. And as you're playing, you're constantly unlocking content. Just today, in the hour I played, I unlocked several colors for Johnny Cage, Baraka, Reptile, General Shao. I unlocked a bunch of customizables for Baraka. I actually unlocked a new cameo, Classic Scorpion. I unlocked a new color for the cameo I was using, Cyrax. So yeah, this is where a lot of the meaningful unlockables happen in the game. Now, I'm only an hour in. I was really liking it. I was having a good time with it. So I'm looking forward to more as I play it over the next couple of days. And this is the meat of the game outside of online play. So I hope that you will hopefully check out that first hour that I uploaded. Let me know what you think. And I hope that you'll join me as I play it the next couple of days for streams to unlock the content. Okay? So overall, the Mortal Kombat 1 stream today went well. I definitely enjoyed it. I would say the support was on the same level as the first Mortal Kombat stream yesterday. So no complaints there. Moving forward, hopefully it stays consistent. Tonight was the big conclusion of Chrono Trigger.
All right, folks. Now, I know a lot of people say that I always crap on Phil. I mean, he can say the sky is blue, and your boy Duty will say, no, it isn't. I'm here to disprove that. So, Phil is actually correct here. I agree with his assessment on Mortal Kombat 1. I think the multiverse stuff is overdone. And yeah, I agree with Phil. Actually, it's a cop out. I think it's a cop out whenever you write yourself into a kind of hole with characters. You can always use multiverse to kind of reverse it, which is pretty dumb. And actually, again, Phil is right. You make character deaths and stuff not meaningful. I know Phil loves to say that, not meaningful, but he's right. I'm actually going to give Phil credit, and I agree with that. Now, here's where I'm going to disagree with Phil. He keeps saying on his streams, "Oh, you have to do the single player and the single player content to unlock the content for multiplayer. If not, you won't have everything." That's not true. What you're doing is you're unlocking skins and stupid stuff like that, Phil. You can go and play you can go ahead and play the multiplayer. Now, I've played the single player. I'm not a fan of it. It's nice, the graphics and all that. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the whole cameo thing. I just don't like that. But you should play the multiplayer. The multiplayer is okay. It's not that bad. It's actually the better part of the game. Your boy Duty isn't really loving Mortal Kombat, but he got a free copy of it, so he's playing it. So there you go. I'm gonna give Phil props and agree with him on that. But what I'm not gonna agree on is that I don't understand why he's not playing multiplayer. That's what people want to see when they see fighting games. They want to see the multiplayer feel. They don't want to see you spend an hour and a half through tutorials. They don't want to see you play the single player campaign on easy mode, which is what you did. I know you claim it was easy mode, medium mode. Medium mode is easy mode. You know it, everyone knows it. And it's just boring. And that's why nobody really is out there watching your playthrough on it. I mean, there are other reasons why no one's watching, but no one's watching specifically here because you're not playing it on hard difficulty. And if you want to do the single player campaign, that's what you need to do. But of course, no, Phil can't be bothered to learn anything or actually look stupid while he's playing, so he has to set it on easy setting to just coast through the game, which he does with every single game. And that's my problem with Phil. So on one hand, I'm going to agree partially with Phil, but on the other hand, I'm going to disagree and say you should be playing the multiplayer. If you're going to do single content, at least play it on hard mode. Okay, Phil, you're just boring everyone. All right, let's keep going.
A 26 to 28 hour playthrough. It's hard for me to say because I think it'll be 26 parts, but some of the parts went long. Very emotional for me because we did all the end game content. We finished it up, and at the end, I basically teared up and started crying because it's a game that means a lot to me. It's a game that I grew up playing. It's from my childhood. It makes me think about those times when I was younger. And to hear that soundtrack playing and to see that ending with a live interactive audience for the first time means something. You know, 10 years ago when I played it, I was streaming, but I had no real interactive audience. There was no face cam. I didn't read chat or talk to anyone. It was just me playing the game for me and essentially narrating an offline playthrough. This time around, to have everyone with me, talking with me, loving it. The people were there for the first time experiencing the ending of Chrono Trigger's plot and were like, wow, what a twist and how interesting the writing. And then people were telling me, yeah, you know, this plot continues in Chrono Cross. You absolutely should someday play it, even though it is an inferior game to Chrono Trigger. It's still a great continuation of the plot and you should play it. So, which I might now, because if that is the continuation of the plot, I think I may want to play it, you know. But yeah, it meant a lot. It really did. It was very meaningful to me. And I want to say thank you to anyone in the last month and a half as I played Chrono Trigger who showed up, who watched the videos on demand, who supported in any way. You know, I mean, damn, the emotion came out. I couldn't help it. Look, here's the tissues. I was crying and everything, blowing my nose, because it was just too much for me to take to play this awesome game that is still one of my favorites of all time. And to finally be able to share that with an interactive, meaningful experience with my audience, it was really something special. If you missed it, you can watch it on demand, but obviously the magic was to be there live. It was really something cool. All right, so tonight I'm uploading the conclusion to Chrono Trigger.
Sorry about that. So, all right, so I got something to say about that. So, all right, how can I go on without sounding too insensitive? But your boy did a try. Nostalgia. People who live in nostalgia are people that don't have a future. Honestly, that's my view on it. Your boy Dude is a very forward-thinking person. I try to be in the present and in the future and not really focus too much on the past, because the past is the past. There's nothing you can really do about the past. I find that people that tend to live in this euphoric, mode of nostalgia all the time are people that have no current, present, or future. They really don't have anything going for themselves. Typically, they're lonely. Typically, they don't have much to say about current, present day, and they really have nothing to look forward to in the future. And Phil is a classic case. This man has a marriage that we all know and have discussed at length. I mean, this man will cry at the end of a game, Chrono Trigger, right? He will cry, but it's perfectly fine that his wife wants to ignore him on their day off to play Starfield. That doesn't upset him. There's something wrong there, Phil. There's truly something wrong. And the other aspect too is, this isn't to knock people that don't have children, because I know there are people that they choose not to have children, and some people can have children. It's pretty sad. I'm of the mindset of, children. Children do add meaning to your life. I mean, it's the only thing that remains when you're gone from this earth. Once you're gone and you return to the dust, the only thing you have left is really your children, if you have children. I mean, you can do other things that are meaningful and leave a legacy or so on, but for most people, their true legacy is their children. Most people aren't going to develop a drug that cures diseases. They're not gonna, they're not Albert Einstein. They're not geniuses. Most people are just common people that work and live and have families, and they live their life out and then they pass away. And for most people, their true legacy is their children. And Phil doesn't have that. He has a cat, which he considers his child. Again, I'm not trying to say that you need children to be fulfilled or have a fulfilling life. But it helps. Just my opinion. I believe it helps. And I think when Phil has these emotional breakdowns over video games, again, this is video games. There's more deeper meaning behind that. I know a lot of people joke and say, well, he didn't get any tips. He's upset because of that. I don't think it's that. I mean, yeah, he gets upset because he doesn't get tips, but I think it has more to do with his current situation, having no friends, having no true family. His parents aren't there near him. He speaks to his parents once a week. I mean, it's just everything he does in his personal life is just so odd. This man is so, he lives in a state of paranoia that he's afraid to go outside. He goes out one day a week. And that's it. That's the only sunlight he gets. That's the only interaction that he gets with humans. And it's quite sad. It's pretty sad and pretty pathetic. So, again, I know your boy Duty likes to make fun and poke fun and say, post memes and stuff. But I honestly really wish and hope that he gets the help that he needs. I've always stated that Phil having one friend, one good friend, not someone that's, on his coattails for clout or whatever, but just a true friend in his life, not an online friend, a friend that he can interact with and have FaceTime, someone that I actually tell him no. That's what I think he really needs in his life, is someone that will say, no, Phil, you're wrong, or no, Phil, you shouldn't do this. I think it would do wonders for him if he had that in his life. And he doesn't. That's why he makes a lot of stupid decisions, because he doesn't have that counterbalance. Like, from we could tell, either Kat is not there or Kat doesn't care, but she's not a counterbalance. And everyone needs that counterbalance. I know in my life, I have my wife, I have a few friends, and I'm able to counterbalance, they counterbalance me. When I'm going a little too over the edge, they're always there to pull me back. So I don't make a lot of stupid decisions, and I'm also accountable to them. I'm held accountable because I know that whatever I do, my decisions impact them. And when you have that, you tend to think twice before you do something. You're less impulsive. So anyway, that's all I had to say. Thank you, Lord Jesus, that Chrono No Tipper is done. Your boy Duty got tired of, he would fall. I fell asleep yesterday watching the playthrough. And I have sleep problems, and it's difficult for me to fall asleep. But watching Phil play Chrono Tipper will knock me right out. It's like the cure for insomnia. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.